All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. It's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say that by honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preachers, word and truth necessary. My brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And I want to go into this lesson because it's evident that we're at the end, right? Esau's divided. Let me grab this article. I mean, it's an old article. I've already hit this before. But this stuff, what you got to understand is the title of this article. This is back in January. Things have exponentially increased, right? The division and everything in this country is exponentially increased. People on these sides of this whole transformer agenda going into these gender assignment surgeries and all that. You know, these people are completely polarized because the ones that don't have that certain type of demon, because a lot of these people that are against that argument still have demons on them, even though they're right on that side of the argument. You know, the people that are going against them are going against them tough. They're getting to the point where like they're tired of this shit. They don't want to see another movie, another TV show with any mode dynamics in it, right? And not only that, this whole divide between gun control, right? That's another huge divide, right? People are no longer in the same position. So what? The divide between the rich and the middle class is going to start a war in itself. But this is what's being prepared. Like the Lord is completely divided America. It's his third of Americans ready to justify violence against government poll. And it's an old article. You can look this up. And this number, that whole third, man, is growing. Get ready for it to be 60-40, 50-50, whatever it's going to be. But that number is growing. People are getting ready to rise up. But this also dictates the end of Esau. This is Matthew 12:25. It says, Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Right? Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So what? America's completely split down the middle in all topics. Laws, right? This whole right to life and right to choice. Right? Everything's split, and there's a reason. Because the Lord is setting that division. The Lord said what? This is Luke 12:51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division. So this is what the Lord is coming to set up to do. Right? He's dividing everything. He's dividing the sheep from the goats, the righteous from the wicked, the just from the profane, and everything else in between. The Lord is making those clear divisions, man, those clear lines. It says back in Matthew 12, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? You see? So now when you're seeing all this stuff, all the people are split on economics, people are split on how the money's supposed to be divvied, people are split on every side, man. So what? Esau's kingdom is crumbling. You got Edomites really making TikToks, trying to gain support to go throw these hands on the government, right? Because what? They see that their livelihoods being taken from them. It ain't how it used to be. So Matthew 19:1, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? Those Americans against Americans. This is being set up, man. Every divide is a code too, because people are so polarizing in their arguments that the Lord's sitting there setting up divisions on each argument. Right? That's it's so cold how the Lord's doing it, man. This is how you know we're at the end, man. This devil's society is crumbling. The only thing that made America this right, the only thing that helped America stay this power for so long is the fact that the Lord allowed that sense of union and oneness that was here in America, right? No matter if you were Republican or Democrat, you were expected to sit here and do the best thing for the country. And now people are saying that neither side is doing anything good for the country. So it's even getting divided there, man. Everything, right? It says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother and every one against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom, right? And it's what you're going to see soon. Pretty soon it's going to be a straight up physical bloodbath. Right? These people are going to be at each other's necks. And this is what it says in the scriptures. They're sitting there they're taking polls. They have understanding of how history works. What do you think is going to happen when they really try to grab these Edomites' guns? These people are going to rise up. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy. And what it was the spirit of Egypt? That false sense of everybody's together. They put it in everything. We're all in this together. When the pandemic was going, what were they saying? We're all in this together. Right? That shit's being thrown out, man. Everybody sees it's everybody for themselves. Right now, people are trying to say, you're on our side of the argument. So everybody thinks that the argument's sake that they can, huddle together and make something happen. But pretty soon, even that argument that they're going to hold is going to break apart. It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, say Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, right? So when these people are against each other like this, pretty soon the whole militaries and everything are going to come down. You're going to see the actual power that this devil has in this earth, because he's going to start issuing out death warrants. Right, the second Ezra 15 and 16. It says, for there should be I'll start at 14. It says, for the sword and destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in the air, and swords in their hands. This is that division. It's getting to that point, man. Hey, they're sitting there in Canada banning handguns. In the U.S., they're talking about it big time. They're even using the other countries to put out information on why they should. It says, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That violent uprising, well, that's going to be the biggest Egyptian against Egyptian battle right there, because they're going to make that divide even more prevalent. It's going to be the government against the normal everyday citizens. The scriptures tell you every hand of the wicked shall come against them. 2 Ezra 13 and 31. It says, and one shall take up to fight against another, one city against another, and one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Right? So the Lord is getting ready to sit here and put out judgment. One people against another, one city against another. That's straight up division. Mano y mano. It says, and at that time it says, and the time shall be when these things come to pass, and the sign shall happen, which I shew thee before. Then shall the Son of Man be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And at that time, this is when we're going to start seeing the Lord work. When this whole division gets carnal, that's when the Lord starts fighting for us. Because good is going to be set against evil, right? But what you're seeing now in America, man, this divide is going to be greater. But Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Shemar, Shai, Bashemar, Kakadash. Call off. Y'all about Shemel Shai.